Hello, welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Angel. Thank you for stopping, clicking and watching. So as you may have read by the title, today we're going to be doing another contradictory deck collection. How is that possible? I'm asking myself the same question. How is that possible? If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that I've said multiple times that I'm not an animal deck kind of person, which, you know, would make one believe that I don't have any or many animal decks in my collection. Well, you would be incorrect. So I'm going to be showing those decks today. We're going to have a quick nosy through my animal deck collection. And we're going to jump straight in with a tarot deck. And that tarot deck is the Ash Thorn. This is an indie deck. These are the backs. Really beautiful art style, I feel. Yeah, I really enjoy the images. I think they're so pretty. I tend to use this more in like the autumn season, which obviously, you know, has been and gone. So this one is back in order. And you may have heard heard mentioned previously that when my decks go out of rotation, I put them back into order to kind of reset the deck, which I feel is a really nice, you know, it's just a nice way to, yeah, reset the deck or cleanse the deck almost, I feel. So that's a tried and tested method which I use, which works for me. So that was the Ash Thorn. We're moving along to this one, which is the Pagan Cats Tarot. This is a mass market deck. Now I haven't used this particularly very much at all. I haven't really, you know, dived. What's the English verb for that? Oh, you know what I mean. I haven't worked with this deck as yet, and it might sound a wee bit crazy, but I actually bought this deck for my cats. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. I'm a crazy cat lady. What can I say? Yeah, I find that there's a lot going on in these cards. Yeah, my eyes kind of don't really know where to look, which sounds a bit daft, but I've found recently that I'm really into cards with maybe calmer images or maybe more white space. But that's obviously just a phase I'm going through at the minute. This will speak to me when it's ready to be worked with. So yeah, Pagan Cats Tarot. Shouldn't be in my collection, but it is. Okay, let's move on to this one. This is the Animal Totem Tarot. Also a mass market deck. Love the backs. I think they're so pretty. Let's do this. I haven't edged mine yet either. Now I bought this one quite a few months ago. I would say even possibly 9 months ago or something like that. And when I went through the cards, looked at the images, which I thought were really beautiful, and then I shuffled the deck. I remember shuffling the deck, but I didn't ever do a reading with the cards. And then last week I was going through my tarot collection and making sure that my tarot decks were all in order, and this one wasn't. So I put the deck back into order, back into the suits and back into the majors and the minors, and yeah, and you get the picture. And for the life of me, I could not find the Queen of Swords. She had completely disappeared, and I thought, well, that's really weird because I haven't even used this deck. Where has she gotten to? So as mentioned, the decks, the suits were all in order, and I just thought, well, you know, it's just going to have to be the case that the Queen is missing. And I went through all the suits several times to try and find her, and she was missing. This is the card that was missing. And I thought, well, you know, okay, just have to be that the Queen is missing, and I have to, you know, work without the Queen when I work with this deck. And then a couple of days ago, you know, that was niggling me. It was really niggling me that card was missing. So I went back to this deck and looked through the cards again, and the Queen of Swords was at the back of the deck. And she was not there when I sorted those cards, because I went through the deck several times to make sure that she hadn't gotten, you know, stuck to a different card in a different suit. So, you know, what's that all about? Now, you know, I don't work with a fae, so it's not the fae. Or maybe it is the fae. I don't know. Who knows? But that card was definitely missing, and now it's back in the deck. So, you know, I'm a happy girl because now the deck is complete. long story. Gordon Bennett, that was a really long story. Sorry, apologies for the ramble. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is the Naked Heart Tarot. I believe this was an indie deck, but I'm sure now this is mass market. And this version, I'm sure, is a mass market version. Yeah, I would definitely say this is an animal deck, although animals are not, they don't appear in every single card. But this is definitely has a lot of animal energy in it. I love the white space of this deck. I really enjoy the guidebook. I'm saying that there's no animals appearing now. Here we go. Here's a bit of a fish or two fish. So yeah. And you know, as I mentioned, I'm not particularly an animal deck kind of person, but this I feel was the first animal deck that I purchased, and I actually got along with it, you know, really, really well. And I feel it's calling to me again, so it might well be time to come out and come back into rotation. Yeah. So that's that one. That was the Naked Heart Tarot. Okay, so another mass market deck in my decks that I shouldn't really own is the Crow Tarot. These are the backs. I've edged mine in like a brown colour. Now I don't work with this deck very often or very much. And that's because I've got a really, really silly issue with this deck. Really silly. If you've watched my 7 Deadly Sins video, VR2 Sylvain, you'll know why. I'm not going to go into that reason here. So, you know, I'm going to say that if you'd like to know, then, you know, take a look at that video because it's mentioned there. I really enjoy the artwork. Really enjoy the artwork, and I've got several of this creator's decks. Yeah, but this one, I just need to, you know, get over myself and just use this deck, basically. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's not leaving my collection in any case. I do really enjoy it, or the artwork in any case. So yeah, that was the Crow Tarot. So the last tarot in this collection is a tarot deck that I felt did need to be added to this one, and that is the Tarot of Curious Creatures. These are the backs. It's a mass market deck. I haven't edged mine yet, which I need to do. Yeah, it's so fun, this deck, in my humble opinion. I love the colours. I really enjoy the animals, and you know, yeah. What can I say about this deck? I've said it before, that I really enjoy the way the animals are stepping out from the borders. It feels like they're coming towards you out of the cards. Love that detail. I think that's so clever. So cool. So cool. So good. So good. So good. Yeah, I love this card. So, the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Okay, now we're on to the Oracle decks. Just a couple to show you here. This is quite a new deck in my collection. This is the Animal Apothecary Oracle deck, and there's a walkthrough on my channel if you'd like to see that. Love the colours. I find this pairs really well with quite a lot of my decks in my collection. Really enjoy the key phrases on the cards. You can hear my cat. I'm so sorry. He's pleading, you know, starvation. And I can say to you that, you know, he didn't eat that long ago. So there'll be no more food for him for a few hours. Yeah. So what more can I say about this deck? I'm going to say that the guidebook is really good. And I bought this deck because recently some animal energy has been appearing for me. I don't know if I'm going to call it animal allies or, yeah, just animal energy. So I just wanted to, you know, explore. Yeah, that's a great word. I just wanted to explore that rabbit hole, I'm going to call it. So this is doing the job nicely, as is, let me show you this one. I'm not going to say that this is an oracle deck, but this is the animal spirits knowledge cards. And when an animal energy does, you know, tend to appear to me, or I feel is, yeah, coming through in readings or, you know, synchronicities, I tend to pull, if I find the card in this deck, obviously, the animal from this deck, and I have these on my altar. So I would say these are more altar cards. I didn't show the backs, but the backs are like, they have a lot of information about the actual animal on the card. So yeah, I would definitely call these altar cards. Really beautiful art style. The artwork is by Susan Seddon Boulette, I'm going to say the name is. Apologies if I've said it incorrectly. Yeah, so not particularly an oracle, however, I definitely use it for as altar cards, which works perfectly, you know, does the job. The next one is the Druid Animal Oracle deck, which I've never used. I bought this to go or to pair with the Druid Craft Tarot deck, which I also haven't been called to work with as yet. I'm not a big fan of the borders, and the cards are quite big, which makes me kind of, now looking at this, makes me think that I could also use these as altar cards, which is actually a really good option. Love me some snake energy in a card. Yeah, that's actually a really great option. I might think about doing that instead of using them as an oracle. I haven't looked at the guidebook, although I have heard that the guidebook is really good, but I can't comment on that because I've never used the guidebook. But, you know, it could be time for this deck to come out and play. So, yeah, that was the Druid Animal Oracle deck. And then the last one, last but not least, is the newest deck in my collection. That is the Prarie Majesty Oracle. This is the mass market version. I literally got this last week, so I haven't edged it, and I haven't worked with it either as yet. But as mentioned, I bought this deck because animal energy has been coming through to me, I'm going to just say that, and I just wanted to explore that a bit more. So I purchased these cards. I really enjoy that there's like a question on the card, maybe like as a journal prompt, or even a way to build a tarot spread around that actual question. I really enjoy that as well. So, yeah. Looking forward to working with this one. So yeah, so that is that. What more can I say? I can't really say very much more. All I can say is that, you know, oh, look, a bison. Oh, interesting. All I can say is that, you know, these shouldn't really be in my collection, but they are, which I'm obviously very happy that they are, because, you know, I wouldn't have them in my collection if I didn't enjoy them and didn't use them. So yeah, what say you? Do you have any of these decks? You know, are you an animal deck kind of person, or do you prefer people in your decks? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you think. If you've got this deck, or any of the decks that I've mentioned here, you know, let me know what you pair your decks with. It's always nice to share and get ideas from, you know, different people. Sharing is caring, or is caring sharing? I don't know, it doesn't matter. All that's left to say is have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care. You know the drill. Speak to you soon. See you next time, hopefully. Toodaloo.